happens.
Let's talk a little bit about the changes in American Idol since you've left. You have connections to Idol too, so I'd love to hear your opinion. But the season after yours ended up losing lots of ratings. I mean, audience sort of dipped a lot in that season, which I think became that point where they were like, oh, and they like hired Mariah. They were like looking, so looking.
Yeah.
What do you think happened in that season?
I mean, the show has been on, what is it now, 12, almost 12 years. And I think it just goes through like peaks and, valleys, all that stuff. So that happens with everything. So, I mean, I thought the show was phenomenal last season. I thought the talent was some of the best. But it just happens, and you can't really, there's no formula. It just is what it is, kind of. So we'll see. Maybe, with the new, I thought that I loved our judges. Jennifer, I thought, was phenomenal. Steven was just wonderful. And Randy, I'm so thrilled that he's coming back, because I feel like you need that. I mean, he's been there from the very start, so I feel like they need Randy to stay.
Did you have any thoughts on why maybe that season didn't do so well with audiences?
I think the ratings were probably a function of more competition. There was a lot of other shows that were coming in right at that period, and some interesting shows, and I think people had seen Idol for a while. I think they needed to freshen it up. I think they did that with the judges, as you said, and some little format tweaks. And I'm always the one saying, put the music producers on the show.
Yeah.
So we did a little bit more of that. But I think the show is always going to be well received, and it seems like it's ready for another big season.
What kind of advice do you have for Mariah?
Oh gosh.
As a judge.
I can't give her any advice because she's Mariah, but I would say just be honest, because for me, a lot of the artists that are judges sometimes have a hard time being tough.
Yeah.
Because they're still trying to sell records. They still want to be likable. They still want their fans to not hate them. So they don't want to be disrespectful to the contestants. Sometimes you need to be harsh to the contestants. So I would tell Mariah, be real with them. She's one of the greatest singers, and I think she can hear a real singer when she hears one. So she's got to be real. She's got to be honest. Got to give real feedback, and don't be hesitant so much because you're worried about your own reputation.
Mm-hmm. Pia, do you think that Mariah would worries about what people think of her?
I don't know. I mean, she's been in this business for so long, so I'm sure anybody that tells you they really don't care what anybody says is, everything stings a little bit, but she's been in this business for such a long time, and she knows better than most. And I'm excited. When I had found out that Jennifer Lopez wasn't returning to the show, I had said Mariah Carey. Like, that's a no-brainer, because she's the voice. And I feel like, I wish I could just go back and sing for her and say, Mariah, show me what I need to do here. Because I listened to all of her records, and I kind of picked, I would try to imitate certain things that she would do when I was a child, and to try to become a better singer. So, I think she's phenomenal for the show, and I can't wait to see her.
Yeah.
So I think American Idol has been around for so long because it was the first show that introduced that voice. And when I first saw Kelly Clarkson perform, I remember I highlighted my hair just like her because I was so inspired. And it looked awful, but I was so inspired.
I got to see this.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I'm not proud of it, but I had that dream to become a singer, and it's this business is hard, especially to do it on your own. And there was finally that opportunity. I've auditioned for the show 5 times, and my dad would just like, you have to go back. It's in New Jersey. You're gonna go, and I'd be like, okay, but they're probably gonna say no again. And it was just one of those things that just allowed your voice to be heard, and with the right timing and and preparation, it just makes, everything possible for you.
Right. You got thoughts on that?
I think Idol has been around for so long because, number one, it's a brand, it's a franchise. People know what they're going to get. The first season the show started, I wasn't a believer. I was like, there's no way a singing competition is going to work on TV. And Clive Davis, who was involved in the beginning, said, Harvey, you're crazy. This is going to be the biggest thing in the world. And I said, okay, well, we'll see. And he was right, because it comes into your living room. It gives you an opportunity to hear people sing. Everybody wants to sing. Everybody thinks they can be an artist. Everybody thinks their cousin can sing, their daughter can sing. Everybody has somebody they know that can sing. And the show comes into the living room and gives everybody hope that maybe I can be a singer, or maybe my friend can be a singer. And I think that aspirational quality of the show, along with just the entertainment value of seeing stars and future stars perform on TV every week is what's made it, last this long and probably into the future for a ways.
Great.